Hi everyone, and welcome to today's video about referencing. In this video, we will talk about referencing and the importance of referencing. So referencing is giving the credit or mentioning someone's name whose ideas are taken by us or someone else. So the main principle for using referencing is to identify the evidence in your works. You are going to use someone's evidences, someone's ideas, and then you are going to reference it. So there are many ways, or sometimes you can do as a combination all of these ways, or sometimes you are only doing one of them. For example, sometimes you're going to cite the source, sometimes you're going to reference the list, and sometimes you're going to footnote or endnote. So there are many ways for referencing or giving the credit to the original person whose the ideas come from. Why do we reference? This is a very important question. Why do we need to reference? So we can say we reference because we have taken someone's ideas. And ideas are not something very simple. Ideas are very important. Ideas are the valuable property of a society. They are made through the social, economic, and cultural values of any society. Ideas demonstrate the values of a society. That's why we are going to reference or we are going to cite the person whose the ideas come from. And ideas are a tool for improving education. We cannot improve our education without ideas. We need ideas to improve. We need ideas to learn something new. And ideas are not easily founded. They are the hard work, the strive, the struggle of someone, especially a researcher. That's why the whole focus on referencing is to give this value to the original person, because ideas are come through a hard work and a struggle, not through a very simple process. Why do we reference? Generally, we can talk about two ideologies here: individualism or collective ideology. So these two are the reasons we are going to reference. And let's talk in the next slide what these two ideas or these two reasons or these two ideologies mean. So first we will start from individualism. Individualism, or we can call the societies where the people have some self-reliance, self-interest, and personal achievement. They mostly focus on these things, on self-reliance and personal achievement. It means they are more interested in improving their individual abilities. That's why this is called individualism, focusing or caring about your own, according to Turner and Trampiner. So in individual or in individual communities or in individualism, the focus is more on self-interest. The focus is more on personal achievement. So in these kind of societies, ideas are considered very valuable because ideas are someone's personal and someone's individual property. Collective ideology or communism, another economic name for this ideology, is this is an ideology or a society where more of the people work for the community, where they work for the benefit of the community, not for their individual interests, So this is the opposite of individualism. In individualism, we mentioned that self-reliance and self-achievements are more focused, while in communism or collective ideology, people work for the welfare of the community. So in these kinds of community, ideas are used for the betterment of the community, not for someone's own. In these societies, ideas are considered something public and they are shared in the public domain because ideas are used for the welfare or for the betterment of the community, like opposite to the individualism. So these are the two reasons for using ideologies. In individualism or in individual societies, people prefer more their own interests, their own achievements. While in collective ideologies, people work for the welfare of the community and ideas are considered something public. So people share their ideas, their beliefs for the welfare of the community. While in individual societies, people work for their own interests. Now we talk about principles of referencing. What the principles of referencing are. So generally there are three assumptions. The first one is that the main purpose for referencing is to develop and transmit the knowledge, to impart the knowledge to other people. This is the first principle for referencing. And the next one is that the students in higher education are expected to be more analytical and more critical. That's why they are supposed to analyze and be critical of whatever they are going to read. They should not be blind readers. They should not be someone who can easily accept everything. So they need to be very critical for what they are reading. The next thing is that the reader or the students need to be aware of what or where the ideas come from. They need to know about the source and the origin of the referencing of the ideas and whatever they are going to read. So this is the second one, related to the second one. Like the students need to be aware of what they are reading and what the source or the thing they are going come from. Now we talk about some of the knowledge related reasons for referencing, and these reasons are supported by those three assumptions we just mentioned. So the first one is facilitating the tracing of origin of ideas. Yes, why the next reason, the first reason for knowledge related reasons is to know about the origins of ideas. Ideas, models, theories, and practices come from someone. They are not automatically founded. There is someone who found the ideas. So the first thing is we need to know about the origin. We need to trace the origin. We need to follow who and where the ideas come from. And also we need to keep in mind the when, why, and where questions. Why do they come? Where do they come? And who they come from, the ideas. Because as we mentioned before, ideas are the social property of a community, and they are shaped through the social, the cultural, and other valuable values of a society. So anytime you are going to use a reference in your academic work, you need to be aware of the reference or the source you are going to use. It means your source needs to be one that's more reliable and valid. The next reason for knowledge related reasons is a wave of ideas. What does this mean? A wave of ideas means that knowledge is connected and then spread. We first combine the ideas, and then the ideas are spread to the public or other people. The past is connected with the present, for example, and the present is affecting the future. And this all is done through ideas. We learn from the past, and then we use it for the present, and also we predict the future based on these ideas. So your argument or your idea is, for example, like a web of spider. A web of spider who is going to connect many threads and then make the web. So you are going to make your argument like a web of spider. You are going to collect other people's ideas and arguments, and then you are going to join your own idea, and you are making a web of spider, for example. This is another reason for referencing. The third thing is finding your own voice. Yes, it's really hard, or we could say really disappointing sometimes, to only mention someone other's work and do not mention your own name, for example. But still, there are many ways which you can use to show or to find your own voice, to show your arguments, to show your standpoint. So first one is make a decision which standpoint to take. Yes, whenever you're going to read something or read other people's ideas, so choose a standpoint, choose a position, take a position. What is your idea? What's your standpoint about this? The next thing is choose strong evidences for your argument. Yes, you are going to read ideas or arguments from a lot of people. So collect or integrate the ones which are very stronger for your own argument or for your own standpoint. And the next thing is summarize and paraphrase what you read. Yeah, this is the third point for finding your own voice. You need to paraphrase. You need to mention those ideas in your own words. And the next part is you can follow a style that you read in. Yeah, now you can rephrase. Now you can, for example, restate or spread your ideas to other people through a style which you read in, or which is your favorite, or which you are more interested in. These ways, if you follow, so you are going to find your own voice. And now when you do all these steps, it means a referencing is only a tool for you to communicate, because all your words, all your ideas, all your structures are now coming from your own. And the only thing you are taking from someone else is the referencing. You are only using referencing, but still the words, the phrases, the structure, the decision, the standpoint, and everything else is your own. So referencing only works as a tool for communicating now. The fourth way or reason is to make valid our arguments. So you need to use logics in your arguments, and you need to use reasons in your arguments. So your arguments need to be valid. And how can you make your arguments valid? By these things. You need to share it through the facts, through the definitions, through the statistics, and many other kinds of data, which will make your argument very valid and stronger. Your reference should be reliable and valid to satisfy your audience. Yeah, we also mentioned before, you need the second thing for finding your voice is to choose a strong evidence for your decision. The evidences which come from very reliable and valid sources. Then you can satisfy your audience. If your evidences are weak, you cannot satisfy your audience. The fifth is for spreading the knowledge. Yeah, referencing can be a good way for advancing your knowledge. You knew about many people, you knew about their ideas, you knew about their beliefs. So you can advance, you can increase your knowledge by this way. And referencing is a way to find sources for stating them in your own purposes. Yeah, that's the only reference which gives you the chance to find many ideas and use them for your own purposes, for your own decisions, for your own standpoints. And you can do this through the using of bibliographies. You are going to take ideas from people and then you are going to mention them in your references. But still their ideas are used by you for your own purposes, for your own decisions. 6. Appreciation. Yes, referencing is considered as a kind of appreciation from the author or from the original person whose ideas come from. Because education is dependent on our ideas in argument. If there is no argument and ideas, there is no education. So ideas and arguments are considered the basis for education. And these ideas and arguments, as we mentioned before, are not easily formed. They are shaped through the hard work, through the struggle, through the many efforts. And later, this kind of hard work is shared in the public domain, but with a reference, and it's not shared without the credit. So referencing in this case is a kind of respect, a kind of courtesy, a kind of appreciation to the people whose ideas we are going to share. So referencing can be considered as a kind of appreciation from the person whose the ideas or information or arguments come from. Yes, those were the knowledge-related reasons. And now we have also another kind of reasons coming from students. So students also have some reasons for referencing. These reasons can be also very important, and they are 3, for example. The first one, reading and influencing your work. And the second one is criteria making or making criteria. And another is avoiding plagiarism. So let's talk about each one of these reasons. The first one, reading and influencing your work. Yes, referencing can affect your work in your reading. And in turn, it will impress or it will affect your teachers as well, your references and bibliographies. Because through your references and bibliographies, your tutors or your teachers find whose ideas you follow, whose materials you are going to read, and whose standpoint you are going to take. So your teacher will be very interested to find about your standpoint and about your ideas. And this is also helpful for the teacher. The teacher himself or herself can also broaden their knowledge through finding these references in other citations. Making criteria. Yes, referencing can also help you to make criteria for your work. You are going to read and then you are going to analyze and research and compare and contrast ideas through referencing. Yeah, all of these things you only do through your referencing and through your reading. And this reading or this referencing will make your scholarly work or your assignment very good. So it depends also on the quality you are referencing. So referencing can be a good way for you to make some kind of criteria for your own assignments or for your own scholarly work, because you are going to read about many people, about many things, but still you are going to choose a way for describing your own ideas and beliefs. The third reason is avoiding plagiarism for students-related reasons. Plagiarism is considered a kind of serious academic dishonesty. In plagiarism, you are going to steal someone's words and structures without giving the credit, without referencing, and without citing the source whose you took the ideas from. So this referencing can be a good way for avoiding plagiarism. If you are going to cite and reference your sources correctly, so you will not be accused of plagiarism or stealing someone's ideas and words. Okay, that's all about referencing, citations, and other topics. So citation and referencing are one of the very important things in research. We need to be very careful about citing and referencing in our academic and scholarly work.